It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, and welcome. This is Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A number of storylines emerging as the season gets into full swing. In this game, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Pelicans in New Orleans. And for New Orleans, a strong stretch of play for this team, winning 6 of their last 7. They're playing at a high level, no lack of confidence going into tonight's game. And already the grind of the new season starting to show. Shaq, how do you stay fresh for the long haul, both as a player and as just a massive individual?
Veteran guys, you got to know how to pace yourself. And minute restrictions, it really has become a bigger part of the game.
Yeah, I agree. So, injury histories, always taken into account now. This is why you have to develop depth.
How do you stay fresh for the long haul?
Oh, man, I have this drink I put together.
Oh, really? What is it?
Oh, yeah. It's a little, I take tomatoes, right? And I squish them up, and it gets real like tomato sauce.
Uh-huh.
And I put that in. And then I take kale salad. I put that in.
What are you making, spaghetti?
I put ginger in it.
Yeah.
Put that in. I put a little cayenne pepper in, and a little bell pepper.
Sounds disgusting.
Ernie, he's making lasagna over there.
Sounds disgusting.
Can I get some of your lasagna?
Oh, man, it's the pepper. It makes you pep up.
Yeah, that'll do it for us. Thanks for tuning in.
We're coming at you from beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana, as the Pelicans prepare to take the court. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Only one game away from San Antonio here. The Spurs will be back home for the next one. And, of course, Chris Middleton. It's only his second game with the new team. The coaching staff has been working heavily with him to bring him on board and help him provide that impact they're hoping for.
Well, we're about to see what the buzz around the league is all about here. Is it going to be just hype or will it be reality? We will find out here soon enough, along with the fans in this arena and the people watching at home.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, hello there. Spurs coach Greg Popovich made the top 5 in all-time coaching wins last season. When asked about it, Pop said, "It's the most important thing in my life. My grandchildren can take a hike." I don't think he was being serious, guys.
Great stuff, DA. Thanks. One of the interesting storylines of this young season, Brent Barry, the surprising early development of a couple rookies in the league.
Early development of rookies is a great thing for a young team because all of a sudden somebody's taking the reins. And I think coaches always appreciate when a rookie comes in, he does the work in the offseason, all that work starts to pay off. But now rookies tend to start looking towards somebody else, or the team starts looking towards that young player as somebody who may be able to handle and carry the weight of the franchise for a little while.
Boys, nice and high.
And the Spurs start out with the ball. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Chris Middleton is out there with Medu. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Gasol in at the 5. Here's Bledsoe. The shot from the low post is good. Bledsoe's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Spurs.
And Bledsoe loving to take on this challenge here, not fearing getting hit on the way up.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Moore outside. Clock at 6. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the way up.
Good touch on the inside from E'Twaun Moore. Never bashful about taking it right to the defense.
Bledsoe passes to Medu. Bledsoe outside. Spurs passing it around. Middleton against Moore. Middleton right side. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's his first foul.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
First quarter, just over a minute played. DeRozan surveying the D. Middleton can't get it to go. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, nice work from Drew Holiday to get close, but it was his length that allowed him to get that shot over the D.
Bledsoe against Holiday. Fires the three. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
5 to shoot. From deep. DeRozan with the rebound. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And stolen by Mirotic. Here's Randall. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. New Orleans shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Julius Randle at the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Randall. Both free throws good from Randall. Hard to believe, isn't it, that a few years ago the direction for this Pelicans team was uncertain.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Alvin Gentry has found his way to put his imprint on this team. A lot of people not sure of how and if he could do that. He certainly has. It took some time to get those ideas in place, and the offense was never a problem with this group, especially with the way that Drew Holiday had such a huge year. It's going to be about some defense and some depth for them to push it a little bit further this season.
Here's Davis, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Shoots over DeRozan. No good off the back of the rim.
I'd just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
Gasol finds DeRozan. Back to Gasol. Bledsoe outside. Got it. Good job in the low post. It's all knotted up.
Well, how about the ball control from Eric Bledsoe? Got wherever he wanted to go that time.
Ball's knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Bledsoe. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Knocked away. Stolen by Middleton. The pass to Bledsoe. Middleton looking it over. 6 on the shot clock, and the foul called on Anthony Davis. That'll be his second foul of the game.
There are times where you have to play with a little bit more caution. That's already his second foul in the first quarter.
Okafor is checked in for Anthony Davis. San Antonio with the ball. Middleton can't get it to go. Here's Randall. And again, no good by New Orleans. Shoots it. Middleton can't get it to go. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. The kick out to Holiday. Pass to Moore. Shot clock at 6. And E'Twaun Moore has always been a solid shooter in the NBA, Greg, and he's continued to grow in that department.
I mean, just look at the career numbers from deep in terms of efficiency. And the last few years, he started to take on more and more volume in terms of the three-point shot. Hasn't changed his percentages, though, at all. And I would give him the green light as much as he wants from beyond.
2 shots.
That's good from Moore. Brent, of course, you won a championship with the Spurs back in 2005 and 2007. Talk about the differences between those two teams.
Well, the similarities are more what I would go with, Kevin. 2005, it was a year where we leaned on Timmy a ton to beat a very physical, rough and rugged Pistons team who had won 6 Eastern Conference Finals. Maybe Manu Ginobili was the MVP of that series, by the way. And in 2007, the younger guys had grown up. We beat the Cavs 4-0, and that was LeBron James just putting on a show to get into the Eastern Conference Finals, beating that same Detroit team.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
And checking out some numbers for Middleton. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. He's putting up 13 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And I like it when stars do exactly that. It's not just about scoring 50 or 40 or 30. It's about making plays consistently.
Mirotic gets the bucket.
Well, Mirotic takes a little bit of contact, finishes with focus.
Spurs trail by 3. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. Pass to DeRozan. Over Moore. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. DeRozan's got his second bucket of the game to go. For New Orleans, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Randall dishes to Holiday. And the layup is good.
Holiday looking comfortable there when he gets in close.
And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the San Antonio Spurs. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Just didn't like the energy level in that one, and that offensive execution also was lacking.
Now, they made a few shots, Reg, but just wildly inconsistent.
Now here is Holiday, following the miss by DeRozan. Holiday gets the bucket.
That's a confident-looking shot there from Drew Holiday, playing the in-between game.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now here's DeRozan. Last time out he had 14 points. Near the three-point line, it's Bledsoe. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight, 3 for 4. New Orleans leading by 3. Holiday, the pass to Randall. Back to Holiday. Outside Mirotic. Passes it to Randall. Over Gasol. Randall no good. Spurs have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. And the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul. Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for New Orleans. Pirtle, he's checked in for San Antonio. Bellinelli comes in for Chris Middleton. Here's Medu. On the wing, DeRozan. Covered by Okafor. Count the basket.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
New Orleans in the lead. Payton finds Okafor. Down low, Randall. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
The defense, not so good. And when you're deep inside like that, you got to come through.
Spurs passing it around. The pass to Bellinelli. To the middle, hangs, and Bledsoe puts it in. Bledsoe's got 8 points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Randall right side. Here's Holiday. Makes it off the glass. 8 points for him.
I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
Here's DeRozan, and a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. And that's now 6 points for DeMar DeRozan. And Holiday kicks to Randall. Payton outside. 5 to shoot. It's stolen by DeRozan. Down low. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one is on Holiday.
And with DeRozan getting traded, he said he felt backstabbed by Raptors management after they said he wouldn't be traded. At the end of the day, people will do what's best for their own position, whether they're a GM or a player. But you better believe they'll love DeRozan in Toronto forever, no matter what jersey he wears.
First one falls for him. Traveling has been a concern for the NBA for a while. For a purist like you, do you like that?
Well, you got to get from city to city, Kevin.
I don't think that's the kind of traveling I'm talking about here. Yes. I only ask you pay attention.
I'm sorry,
that's all.
Kevin.
It's a simple request.
Yeah, they're doing a better job. Some get away with it more than others. How's that?
What an answer. Thank you, Brent. So he gets them both. And last summer, after 9 terrific seasons in Toronto, DeMar DeRozan traded to San Antonio.
And guys, you have to feel for the sudden change for DeRozan. Gave Toronto some of their best years. At the same time, happy that DeRozan has gone to an organization that has proven success over the years.
Pelicans shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. Last season, Brent, the Pelicans took such a step forward as their role players really stepped up.
Well, how huge was AD and all the things he's capable of doing? Just a once-in-a-generation talent. Guys like Holiday, Moore, those guys played so great down the stretch when they got some more freedom after the Cousins injury. The Pelicans have had some issues with depth in the past, but seem to have put that behind them last year. When you look at what the Spurs went through last year, it just was not a pretty season. Just not something that we've seen from the Spurs in 25 years. Still clinched the playoff berth, and that was their 21st season in a row.
Here is Forbes. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pelicans trail by 4. And here is Payton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. It's tipped. Here is Forbes. Pass to Medu. Pirtle kicks to Forbes. Pass to Bellinelli. Clock at 6. And again, it's the Spurs from deep. And that Spurs run started back in 1998. A lot of those players are now in their 50s.
Yep, great names like David Robinson, Chuck Person, Avery Johnson, Will Perdue, Vinny Del Negro, all past the half-century mark. And I'm sorry, guys, Kevin Harlan was the one who talked about you guys being that old.
That one good for 2.
Nice job in the screen and roll. Patience by Payton in the screen and roll helped to set everything up.
Forbes, the pass to Pirtle. To the wing on the left. And Forbes kicks to Pirtle. Walker against Payton. Here's Pirtle. No good on that one. Great D that time from Payton. The dish to Hill. To the paint. And that one's good by Clark.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
1:12 left here in the first quarter. Walker against Payton. Now Walker, taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Now here's Payton. Kicks it to Clark. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, for both teams, we're seeing great synergy on offense, but some lackluster defense.
Now here's Bellinelli. 5 points in the game. And here's Walker outside. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them. Payton outside. He kicks it to Hill. It's deflected. 3-on-3. Passes to Bellinelli. Over Clark. Bellinelli gets the bucket. Bellinelli's got 7 points. It's been all about Eric Bledsoe for San Antonio. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We come back right after this. DeMar DeRozan last season opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a positive impact on others.
A lot of people ashamed to talk about it. Even myself, for a long period of time, people wonder why I was such a quiet guy, and that was part of it, not wanting to speak out about it, not wanting other people to know exactly what I was going through. But you get to a certain age where you feel like it's all about helping others. It's not about you just being a selfish person about the things you're going through. Other people going through stuff as well.
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes, as public figures, can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Well, they found a little bit of space out there on the perimeter, and they have a shared confidence right now. That tends to breed some success for this team.
Solomon Hill is out there with Davis. Then there's Elfrid Payton. Then there's Darius Miller. And it's Clark in at the shooting guard. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. For New Orleans, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First free throw is good. The big changes in defensive rules happened right in the middle of your playing days. How did people initially react to those?
Well, a lot of guys had 3 quick fouls, Kevin, because they're out hand checking and pushing guys around. And they say, what do you mean I can't do this anymore? I get paid to push guys around. But after a little while, obviously, guys stepping off and understanding positions on the floor where you could get away with more physical play than you can out in front with point guards, obviously, and having refs' eyes on them or down on the block.
Here is Forbes. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The pass to Bellinelli. But they'll get another chance. Pondexter finds Walker. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Bellinelli. Over Hill. The shot by Bellinelli. No good. And Zo Miller will bring it up for New Orleans. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Now here is Pirtle. Bellinelli with the 3. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
Well, the defense looking at him like a Rubik's Cube. They cannot figure him out. He continues to light them up from the field. More importantly, they're winning.
Here is Davis. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Denver.
Great to see AD adding the floater there. Totally froze the D. Gave him no chance to block that one.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Walker with it. Pass to Bellinelli. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for the Pelicans.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
Bucket is good, and the Spurs lead by 1.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Clark, the pass to Hill. Kicks it to Payton. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, saw the opportunity, did Elfrid Payton, and inside capitalized.
Now here is Pirtle. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Walker's shot is off. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Davis finds Hill. Walker goes in over Clark. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Walker's got 5 points so far. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness. And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
And if it does, as evenly as these two teams have played here, it's anyone's guess who's going to come out on top.
Here's Walker, following the score by New Orleans. Another shot, and it's good on the way-in. Pondexter's got 4 this quarter.
This is where you got to put a body on the guy. His will is incredible down on the interior, fighting and clawing for every rebound.
Payton kicks to Davis. He dishes it to Clark. Payton right side. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
Yeah, I think on the scouting report, the challenge was make Payton make those shots. Well, Payton's making those shots.
Here is Forbes. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. He kicks to Bellinelli. Over Davis. The shot by Bellinelli. No good.
Got to get out of his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
Here's Payton. Davis. It's good on the putback.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
I mean, Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him, but credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you'd want to hear from a fan's perspective.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Julius Randle's checked in for Solomon Hill. Mirotic comes in for Miller. Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for Ian Clark. And it's Holiday in for Payton. The Spurs shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
No good on the free throw. Brent, when you won your first championship back in 2005, you were inserted into the starting lineup in the playoffs against the Nuggets. What did that feel like?
Well, that was a lot of fun. I joked around a lot about I was replacing Manu in the starting lineup. It was very exciting to have that opportunity, and obviously that team that year going on to do great things. The goal we set out to do was win the championship. Mission accomplished.
The Pelicans have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Got a piece of it. Pirtle with the steal. Outside DeRozan. Passes it to Pirtle. Bledsoe with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. San Antonio again missing. Moore outside. And Holiday has it in the corner. And the pass to Mirotic. Back to Holiday. 6 to shoot. Out of bounds. Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession.
A moment now to see the numbers for Randall. He's averaging 11 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
4 on the clock. Here's Holiday.
It's good patience from Bledsoe. Good job of contesting the shot and just making sure that the shooter feels him.
Feeds it to Gasol. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Gasol's got it all tied up now for the Spurs. Holiday surveying the floor. And Mirotic kicks to Davis. Outside Holiday. And again, no good by New Orleans. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for San Antonio. Last time they met was in San Antonio.
Their last game against this squad, they won out thanks to some big contributions from the bench.
Yeah, a few of their reserves got some decent minutes that night, and they took the opportunity and ran with it. A lot of scoring coming off the pine in that win.
San Antonio's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. He feeds it to Middleton. Out to DeRozan. Pass to Bledsoe. Pass to DeRozan. Over Moore. DeRozan's shot is off. The Pelicans trail. Holiday with it. Eric Bledsoe covering. Outside Mirotic. Passes it to Randall. DeRozan against Holiday. And it's good. 2 points. Holiday's got 10.
Fearless drive from Drew Holiday straight at the defense with that dribble move.
Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. To the inside. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Middleton. And that's now 10 points for DeMar DeRozan. For New Orleans, they've gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%. Mirotic against Middleton. Mirotic the pass to Holiday. Shot clock at 5. Stolen by Bledsoe. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, when you play against the Pelicans, Brent, you know you're going to be running.
Yep, track shoes on. Pelicans played at the highest pace last year in the league, and you can expect more of the same as long as Alvin Gentry is the coach. This is something he believes in, and he's got one of the best running centers in the league. The team generates a ton of easy looks and finishes because of the pace of play.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, the Spurs organization has done an incredible job for so long, and Pop's consistency along with his relationship with R.C. Buford, the way that they've scoured the globe to go out and find talent, they've both done this at the highest level. and are trying to be emulated by most every other team in the league.
Bledsoe hits them both. And what's really amazing about Popovich, how well he does each aspect of each job.
Well, he's a terrific talent evaluator. He trusts the opinions of the guys who have gone out and done the scouting and the type of player and the type of character that they're going to bring in. It's a full collaborative effort. And then once they're in the fold for San Antonio, they do such a great job of developing players to fit their very intricate X's and O's schemes.
Now here's Randall following the miss by DeRozan. Lets a floater go. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Randall.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
And Middleton kicks to Gasol. Spurs working the ball around now. Moore against DeRozan. Bledsoe for 3. That one misses. And New Orleans will come the other way. Now here's Davis. He's covered closely. The pass to Holiday. Davis looking for an opening. Trying his luck deep. Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got 13.
Well, gorgeous outside jumper from the former UCLA Bruin. He can get hot from the three-point line if you give him room like that.
Now here's Middleton. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Got a piece of it. Moore with the steal. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Davis has got the ball. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, since the rise of the Warriors, we've seen a fair amount of soul-searching by the league's other contenders. There is incredible pressure to shake things up. Now, sometimes it can elevate a team, but we have often seen it also can tear a team apart.
It can be fragile for sure. David, thank you so much. So it's the Spurs now, following the score by New Orleans. Gasol passes to Medu. Tipped away. And again, San Antonio turns it over. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Friday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the New York Knicks.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games. And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second, a nice way to get your offense going.
The Spurs shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe.
And Bledsoe, man, such a good, efficient combo guard. He can score, he can pass, he can rebound. What a tough cover.
New Orleans making a switch here. Okafor's checked in. And Eric Bledsoe drops them both.
Alvin Gentry, one of the best offensive minds and coaches in this league. Remember, just in the recent past about his time in Phoenix and then in Golden State, now as the head coach of the Pelicans, and he's done a great job just speeding up this team, pushing the ball, and trying to find ways to put up points.
And for the Pelicans, it took some time before they could implement Gentry's vision.
Well, now it's in place. It felt like a long time to get there, and they ended up making the playoffs and pushing it to the second round. And Alvin Gentry is a big reason why the Pelicans are one of the most exciting teams right now to watch in the NBA.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis, a great defender by most measurements, but you know, Brent, some feel his defensive development has plateaued the last few years.
He still gets a lot of blocks, over 2 a game for his entire career thus far, and he doesn't have the same impact that he once did, but you know, guys are shooting a lot more three-point shots, Kevin, so if you can find a way for AD to get from the lane out to a Steph Curry 28-footer, Alvin Gentry's listening.
Pass to Medu. Kicks it to Gasol. Inside. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Hill. Inside. Holiday. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Holiday's got the lead up to 5 now for New Orleans. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Spurs. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. Then it'll be a home game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
As the ball swung to Holiday, he did not think twice, and he let it go once he caught it, pass, creating rhythm. Defense not anticipating that.
Now here's DeRozan. 10 points for him. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That'll be his second foul of the game. New Orleans making a switch here. Payton's checked in. And San Antonio also making a switch. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Pelicans leading by 7. And Holiday kicks to Hill. 30 seconds left in the first half. Back to Holiday. This one for 3. The rebound by the Spurs.
And really, this is where you want to just let the clock wind down.
Yep, unless you get a great look that's impossible to pass up, use the time wisely.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Payton kicks to Davis. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Davis has got 12 now in this quarter.
Well, AD has the green light. Trust me, in this offensive system, he can shoot the ball whenever he wants.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big. That's what it's going to come down to. Defense wins games.
It certainly does, Elfrid. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. Drew Holiday was red hot to start the first. He ended up with 17 points and 3 rebounds. What did you think, Shaq, about New Orleans?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out. Don't get cute now.
Kenny, how do you think San Antonio played?
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Welcome back to New Orleans as we take a gentle cruise down the Mississippi River before returning to action. We've played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. One of the stories here, Drew Holiday getting it done today.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
Well, we saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
Here's Holiday. Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Medu is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Pau Gasol. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Bledsoe in at the point guard position. And Davis gets it to go.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. DeRozan against Mirotic. Bledsoe for three. Rebounded by Moore. New Orleans leading by 9. Got a hand on it.
Well, the long arms of Middleton getting up there on defense and throwing that one away.
To the paint. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Moore against DeRozan. And Moore kicks to Holiday. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his first foul. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Randall, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And that one misses.
And Chris Middleton, 2 seasons ago, tore his hamstring completely off the bone. I mean, he's come back and hasn't missed a beat. One of the most well-rounded players you'll see.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 13. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Medu. And Davis sends it back.
Just a wonderful effort from Davis on the defensive end with that rejection.
Randall against Gasol. Floats it up for Randall. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Holiday against Bledsoe. Gasol kicks to DeRozan. Pass to Middleton. The tray. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. Middleton's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for San Antonio. And Chris Middleton with maybe, Greg, his best season yet in 2017-18.
It just seems like he gets better every year. A former second-round pick, now all-star caliber. He's worked extremely hard, stayed in the lab, and now we're seeing the results. And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
Spurs trail by 10. Bledsoe finds DeRozan. Over Moore. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Stolen by Bledsoe. In transition, here come the Spurs. Middleton the pass to Bledsoe. Now here's Gasol. Bledsoe outside. Passes it to Middleton. Here's the 3. Pelicans with the rebound.
He seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, with a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 17. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the 3rd. To the inside, Gasol. Then Gasol with the dunk.
Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
Holiday against Bledsoe from downtown. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped. And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Pelicans leading by 8. Poked away. And now in transition is Bledsoe. Here we go. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Davis.
It's still a blur. Bledsoe with some amazing speed on the floor, excelling at barreling into the defense to pick up the foul.
And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game.
At the line for 2.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
First free throw is good. New Orleans making some changes here. Miller comes in for Mirotic, and Ian Clark subbed in for Ejuan Moore. Then for the Spurs, Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Gasol. Pondexter comes in for Chris Middleton, and Walker subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Bledsoe hits them both. And the Pelicans with possession here. 6-point game. To the middle. Here's Davis. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
And just such great work from the athletic big man, Anthony Davis. Just so devastating on offense.
And the pass to Pondexter. Stolen by Holiday. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Eric Bledsoe.
Bryn Forbes.
To the paint, here's Randall. It's good, the assist that time from Holiday. And now a 10-point New Orleans lead.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
Now here is Poeltl. No points in the game yet for him. A nice shot by Medu. Brent, for as long as Coach Popovich has been at the top of this game, what really is there left to say?
I don't think there's much more you say on a professional level, but there's a lot to be said about the compassion and the things that Pop has done on a personal level for years behind the scenes, championing guys on his staff, supporting not only current players but former players on his team. The interesting thing for Pop the last couple of years is just how outspoken he's been in terms of the equality, not just around the NBA, but around our nation, and some of the statements he's made that have garnered a lot of political attention. Greg Popovich not afraid to express some of the things that maybe deep down we all believe in.
Randall with the bucket. Spurs trail by 10. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
Payton, he's checked in for Ian Clark.
A moment now to see the numbers for Davis. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. He's averaging 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
Now here's Walker. 5 points in the game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots off the step back. Bank shot, no good. Pelicans leading by 10. Stolen by Walker. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
The Spurs have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. Okafor is checked in for New Orleans. Solomon Hill comes in for Drew Holiday. And San Antonio also making a switch. Bellinelli's checked in.
One shot, gentlemen.
Here's Payton. 6 points for him. He kicks it to Davis. Miller outside. Shot clock at 6. Shoots. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10 on difficulty, that's an 11.
Now here's Walker. 5 points in the game. Pass to Bellinelli. Back to Walker. From deep three-point range, they get it again. Count it. Bellinelli's got 12 in the game.
Yeah, and Bellinelli, very creative, has that ability to get into the heart of the defense.
Hill up top. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. What an asset to a team. When you've got big men who can knock down free throws, look here at the top centers and power forwards in terms of free throw percentage this season. 4th, Anthony Davis.
That is a very confident group of players at the free throw line. We haven't seen them struggle there as some of their brothers in the big man fraternity have.
Big men making free throws? Who knew? These players are as comfortable at the stripe as they are in any other aspect of the game.
Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for New Orleans. Both free throws good from Hill.
Hill's smart about taking quality shots. He can play either forward position. It's a nice bit of versatility for a coaching staff.
Now here is Pirtle. Spurs working the ball around now. Pass to Walker. Over Moore. But they recover it. Pondexter with it. Now Payton defending. And that one is good.
Ooh, excellent work getting that close to the basket. Got to be happy getting those type of shots.
Moore outside. Payton outside. Dishes to Okafor. Payton drives in, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
That's a nice show of strength there for Payton on the inside, finishing through a little bit of the contact. Got rubbed up a little bit.
And Elfrid Payton, over his 4 seasons, developing one of the most distinctive hairstyles in the league.
You know, and I remember seeing some footage where his hair seemed to block his vision on a shot attempt. For a player who had struggled shooting the ball, many question whether a trim might be in order. We'll see.
Free throw off from Payton.
Well, many people had some high expectations for Elfrid Payton when he was drafted 10th in 2014. His offensive game has come along nicely. He sees the floor. He scores on the inside. I don't think he'll ever be a perimeter threat. And defensively, he could be a little bit more active.
Now, here's Walker. After the miss from Elfrid Payton.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
If anything could change the momentum, it's that kind of play. Cloud of smoke has people standing on their feet.
Here's Okafor following the bucket by the Spurs. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Jakob Poeltl. And Brent, as you mentioned, as good as Payton has made himself with the ball in his hands, His defense is holding them back.
Yeah, and some of those areas of weakness are easily addressed. You just can't get yourself out of position by overthinking possessions or gambling too much. It's just not a good way to go. So as much as you're the lead guard with the ball, sometimes defensively as a lead guard you can set the tone for a defensive possession. Peyton needs to learn that.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. Here is Forbes. There's the dish to Bellinelli. Passes it to Forbes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Peyton. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And it's Davis with the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. They've led by as many as 11 points. Okafor dishes to Davis. That one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
Well, Davis attacking right now inside. Big man playing big and giving this offense maybe a little bit more of an edge on the inside.
Now here's Walker. 5 points in the game. Clock at 6. It's stolen by Hill. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Hill leading the charge. And there's the feed to Davis. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. And a look now at San Antonio's upcoming schedule. They'll take on Marc Gasol and the Memphis Grizzlies. And then on Friday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Indiana, going up against the Pacers. Spurs trail by 10. And here's Walker. He dishes it to Forbes. Hill against Bellinelli. And here's Walker outside. Can't hit that one. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Outside Hill. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. And it's a 12-point Pelican lead.
Hill burrowing inside, and because of his size, he's able to do that, get around the rim and finish.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And sometimes you just want a reminder of what our objectives are tonight.
Yeah, get everyone on the same page and point it in the right direction.
A different look now for San Antonio. Pau Gasol has checked in for Pondexter. DeRozan comes in for Walker. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Bryn Forbes. Now here's Bellinelli. 12 points for him. Bledsoe kicks to Bellinelli. 6 to shoot. Over Hill. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Good work there as it goes. Moore's got 5 points so far.
Moore just recognizing he had a little more space, if you will, Kevin.
Bellinelli finds DeRozan. Now Gasol. Now Bellinelli. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Bledsoe for 3. Okafor grabs the miss. New Orleans leading by 14. Davis gets a wide open look, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Outside DeRozan. From deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
Well, more on the defensive end, part of this scheme, and doing a nice job staying in front of his man and contesting.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Spurs trail by 16. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So for New Orleans right now, Ejuan Moore is out there with Elfrid Payton. Then there's Mirotic. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Okafor in at center. Now here's Moore after the miss from Pau Gasol. Floats one. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
Ejuan Moore is someone, Brent, who bounced around early in his career, but has still found a way to be a big contributor.
Yeah, and I think that the fit for Ejuan Moore, having AD, he can kind of stay in the background and get shots off where he's open, his feet are set, and you can see that trend in his field goal percentage that's coming into the league. Last year had a phenomenal year shooting the ball.
That's good from Moore.
Well, effective ways that Ejuan Moore can score. He's had some very good shooting years, and he's going to find his way to the free throw line here.
Now here's Bledsoe. Gasol kicks to Bledsoe. Now the pass to Bellinelli. And a miss there on the triple.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And it's Davis missing. Spurs trail by 19. To the inside. And Pau Gasol, the bucket on the assist by Middleton. Middleton's got 4 assists now tonight.
And sometimes there's just no stopping Pau Gasol, a slender 7-footer that has no problem scoring over the defense.
Now here's Payton. And it's sent back by Bledsoe. The wide open look here for DeRozan. And Bledsoe with the stuff.
I mean, that's your point guard, Eric Bledsoe, tenacious as a guard on the offensive glass.
And Moore kicks to Mirotic. And DeRozan sends it back. And they get it back. From deep, Moore drains it from beyond the arc. Moore's got 6 points in the quarter.
Ejuan Moore has shown some signs of being a lethal threat from the outside.
Pass to Gasol. And he lays it straight in.
And that's about as easy as it gets. Not many guys are going to blow wide open layups at the professional level like that.
Payton kicks to Okafor. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
New Orleans making some changes here. Julius Randle's checked in for Anthony Davis, and it's Drew Holiday in for Elfrid Payton. Medu, he's checked in for the Spurs.
Shooting one.
That one misses for Okafor. Pau Gasol, not the same player Brent he once was, but he still knows how to get the job done.
Yeah, 2001 is when it is that Pau Gasol came into the NBA as a very slightly built Spaniard. for the Memphis Grizzlies, but the skill was on display from the very start. He's had a Hall of Fame career, a two-time champion, and one of the best and most skilled players to play that position in the last 20 years.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Pass to Middleton. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. DeRozan against Mirotic, and the basket is good. 16 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And his versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
Randall surveying the D. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Off target from outside. Okafor against Middleton. Medu passes to DeRozan. Spurs working the ball around now. Back to Bledsoe. Stolen by Holiday. New Orleans making a switch here. Davis is checked in.
Substitution for your Pelicans. Anthony Davis.
To the inside. Moore. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Moore's got 10 points here in the second half. Spurs trail by 20. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. DeRozan against Moore. Over Moore. DeRozan's shot is off.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
And the shot goes down. Moore's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Just don't touch him right now, okay? You're going to burn yourself. The guy is on fire.
Pass to DeRozan. Over Moore. That one a little long.
Man, he's missing those kind of good looks. His team is in some serious trouble.
It's stolen by DeRozan. In the corner, Middleton with it. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Now the pass to DeRozan. 7-foot shot. That one doesn't drop. Great D that time from Davis.
Look, if they want any shot at winning this game, he has to be better out there.
Randall dishes to Holiday. Did you ever think, Brent, that we'd see this many players, 6'10", 6'11", 7-footers, handling the ball and shooting like we're seeing them shoot from that kind of distance?
I'm hopeful for it. I've been hopeful for it, and it doesn't surprise me about what the league is. This is a very select group of people that have the right combination of DNA and genetics, and the fact that these guys are more and more capable with their skill set, not a surprise to me, Kevin.
So fun to watch, too. My goodness.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Davis finds Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Oh, you know Davis, and he knows, is going to draw the attention of multiple defenders, and that time connects with a teammate to get it done.
Now here's Middleton. Feeds it to DeRozan. It's stolen by DeRozan. Good on the bucket.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Randall outside. Back to Holiday. Excellent D there from Bledsoe.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
Kicks it to DeRozan. Over Moore. The rebound by Holiday. Holiday's got 4 rebounds in this game. Moore passes to Davis. The rebound by Middleton.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
And you want to talk about high-volume scores. Just look at what DeRozan's doing tonight. He's been on a mission, putting his mark on this game in a big way.
And so here is New Orleans following the bucket by the Spurs. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Well, the D looks like they're laying off just a little bit. He made 1 3 in the first half, but they're still daring him to shoot, and he can't make him pay for it.
Now here's Moore. Bledsoe against Holiday with a floater, and he lays it up and in. Holiday's got 4 this quarter.
Well, killing them softly there, Holiday with the floater over the top, and that puts the D in a tough spot.
And DeRozan with the basket on the assist by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got his 5th assist in this one. New Orleans leading by 19 points. Poked loose. Nabbing another steal. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
Holiday against Bledsoe. Down low. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. They get Paul Gasol.
Phenomenal strength there by AD to take the hit and finish that one.
As the league's star power grows, we see more players taking on roles in entertainment, which is kind of interesting. Do you think that's a distraction at all?
Did you know that I was in a movie myself, Kevin?
Why do you think I'm bringing this up? You have firsthand knowledge of this stuff. Your fingerprints are all over this question.
Yeah, not a distraction. I mean, come on. It's an opportunity for guys to go.
It was fun, right? You loved your experience, didn't you?
I did love my experience. I did a couple commercials when I was in Los Angeles. It's a lot of fun.
And you were good.
You're amazing, Kevin. Thank you.
They won, and they won awards.
Thank you. The things did win awards.
I know.
You're very kind. It's not a distraction, though. These guys are kids. They want to do things. They want to do things musically. They want to be on stage. They want to be in movies. They want to do TV shows.
Too, right? Helps the league and notoriety and everything else.
Why not?
Two shots.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second. Shot from the inbound. Gasol. Oh, he's going to get hit with his 2nd flagrant foul of the day, and that's the limit. He's out of the game and on his way to the locker room.
And it's a much earlier end to this game for him than he would have wanted. He brought it on himself, though, Kevin. I mean, 2 fouls that were way too forceful.
Hey, G, the official's not cutting him any slack on the second one, but that usually is the way it goes. You know, once you've crossed the line and committed the first flagrant, there's a zero-tolerance policy. We all know that when it comes to the next one. And he makes the first. One team owner proposed that we should abolish the draft and have free agency for rookies, maybe giving lesser teams a bigger pool of money to spend. Just some of the ideas that these teams are in the league is throwing out there.
Well, that's an interesting idea. The one that I heard about last summer was in Houston trying to flip-flop free agency and the draft so that all of a sudden what you can do is draft players after it is that you've made all your free agent acquisitions, so you could draft positionally. You know you're set up for your team next year. And the more I've thought about that, Kevin, coming into this season, the more I like it. So we'll see what kind of traction that gets.
And it's Davis with the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. Moore outside. He kicks to Mirotic. Moore against DeRozan. Stolen by Middleton. He feeds it to DeRozan. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got 6 assists now in the game.
You know, he has single-handedly helped them carve into this lead thanks to his scoring in the quarter.
Outside, Davis. And Mirotic has it in the corner. Shot clock at 5. That shot is off.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there. And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Yeah, it's a good time to talk things over. Try to stop what's been a brutal run.
Yeah, he's got to use every device at his disposal at this point, and I think he wants to give other guys a breather right now.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Alvin Gentry told his team during the break. He told them the lead we've got is good, but we can be better. Take it to them. Stay on the accelerator. Looks like he wants them to keep pushing it, guys.
Yeah, that's a head-scratcher there. I don't know how he could think that's a good shot. That's not who they want out there jacking up threes.
Now here's Bledsoe. Pass to DeRozan. Over Moore. That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from DeRozan.
Well, showing a willingness there to work it around to his guys. Eric Bledsoe wants to improve in this new offense as a passer.
Here's Davis. With some arc, and that's 2 points on the layup. Davis has got 29.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Pass to DeRozan. Over Moore. And it's DeRozan missing. New Orleans leading by 14. Now here is Holiday. Moore in the corner. Launches a 3. Rebound San Antonio. Medu's got 4 rebounds now tonight. DeRozan with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Guys are slimming down, it seems, Brent, to play at a faster pace. And we hear more and more players are using a plant-based diet now.
Vegan-style players.
Maybe not quite to that extent, but they are certainly very, very cautious about what they're putting in their bodies.
I think we just hear more stories about some of the things that players are trying in order to get themselves to their athletic peak. And one of those things, of course, one of the most important things is the fuel that you're going to put into your body, because that's your only tool. So I think guys just pay a little bit more attention to how it is they're feeding the system.
And he can't get the first one. Okafor is checked in for Hill. And he sinks the second.
A disappointing trip to the line there. Even though it was just one miss, now is not the time to be missing those.
Now here is Holiday. Passes it to Mirotic. Kicks to Davis. Inside. And then Okafor slams it in.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for New Orleans.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come.
in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And we watched him all night long. No one could really stop him. Just another excellent game it was for Davis.
You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
Alfred Payton taking 2 shots.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, we've seen indications of Peyton and his all-around game, but we just would want to see the evolution of the shot come along, just more consistent from the outside. That's the next step.
And so he makes both from the line. 51 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And Forbes kicks to Cunningham. There's the pass to Forbes. Here is Cunningham. No good. Excellent D there from Hill. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Peyton. Makes it off the glass.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of comeback effort. This has been a vault. Ka-ching.
You're right. Pondexter with it. Over Miller. A nice shot by Pondexter.
Oh, my. I didn't know he had the crossover in his bag of tricks. Now, I've seen it all.
So we see the Pelicans taking the W here, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And, boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Alfred, first off, congrats on the win. What was the key to getting this one?
Oh, man, we made shots. We did a good job of, just getting to the rim.
Big effort tonight, Alfred. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.